Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Week 3, Part 2 of the Rekt League. I'm your host, Adolma, representing Team Skull Crab, and also joining me is Endol, also representing Team Skull Crab. How's it going, Endo?
Oh, it's going great, man. I'm feeling real crabby, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, so on our plate today we have the Team Mountain Drake against Team Ocean Drake, the matchup for today. So yeah, how do you feel about these two teams?
Yeah, so Team Mountain Drake, I actually was on last season, so I got to know these guys pretty well. They're actually a really group of guys. They still have the same bot laner, the same ADC, the same support, and the same mid laner from last season. And I would say too, Gulen, who is last year's MVP, still showing up, maybe one of the best mid laners in the whole game. On the top side of things, this is going to be their first week with a brand new top laner in Drofig. So I don't know too much about him, but I'm excited to see what he shows.
Yeah, so
And in the jungle,
so
oh, go ahead.
so my understanding about Drofig is that he's a player who isn't necessarily native to top lane, but pretty much the instant he got the call to join the Rec League, he's been spamming a variety of top lane champions ever since. So I'm really interested to see how much he how much he really got out of that. What champions he plays. I know he plays a little bit of Shen, a little bit of other kind of tank, just like general top laners. And yeah, I'm interested to see how he performs because this is somebody that none of us have seen before.
That's great. I love hearing that, especially when someone has to take on a new role and they just dive right into it. They get super serious about it, which is actually similar to Mountain's jungler Dainty Taco. He's normally a support, but he had like a shaky week one as the jungler. But he has been studying. He's been doing his homework, YouTube subscribing, learning as much as he can, and every week is a great improvement from this guy.
Yeah. He has really been showing up every week, and he he may not go for any crazy outplays. He may not be really like trying to aggressively counter jungle or anything, but he's been showing up every week. He's been playing very consistently, and he's been consistently just kind of doing what his team needs him to do.
Yeah, absolutely agree. He's listening to the calls, and sometimes the hardest part about this league is sometimes you got to take humble pie because on solo queue everyone is considers themselves as the carry of the team, right? I'm going to make this into. I'm going to make sure we get this win so I get higher elo. I mean, myself, I'm a silver. I come into the games, especially with like a domo like you, who's a much higher rank, and I'm like, guys, tell me where you need to be. Gonna eat some humble pie, and I'm gonna play my role.
Yeah, yeah, that's really what you got to do. And then looking at the jungle on the other side, Enraged Ovary, he's not the exact opposite, but he's definitely much more into the flashy plays. Very much tries to outplay people, and sometimes he's successful. And because of that, he has a lot of really on days, a lot of really off days. But like when he's good, he's impressive to watch.
Yeah. Which unfortunately his favorite champion is Lee Sin, which he really can throw some flashy kicks out. We call it the Lee syndrome. His nickname's Lee Sick. It unfortunately got a bit of a nerf because they removed the jungle item that allows you place wards every time you back.
Yep.
So now it's not as easy to insect with the Lee Sin. So we'll see if he even considers taking the champion
Yeah,
in
I,
this
I
game.
I definitely have a feeling that we're not going to be seeing the Lee Sin come out from him, and I also have a feeling that we're probably not going to be seeing the Lee Sin ban coming from Team Mountain.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. It's been pretty much almost like a free to Garen meme.
Yeah,
So let the Lee Sin play.
and speaking of recent champion changes, I know that Dainty Taco in the past has played a good amount of Volibear, who is surprisingly good on this patch. He got a little bit of a nerf to his E that gives him a little bit of knockback. He got more damage and a little bit of other kind of quality life changes. But this is a champion that Dainty Taco's played a good amount in the past, and I'm interested to see if he's willing to pick it up again now that it's a little bit more meta.
Yeah, I would love to see some bear in the jungle. He can be a really strong champion, and what's nice with his passive is when you do those early ganks where you don't have that much health, you kind of heal your mistakes that you make with Volley's passive, and then you can turn into just a giant tank. You flip the carries over your shoulder, and you let the team do the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then in the mid lane, we have Shu GG against Gulen. And so something interesting about this matchup is that these are, I think, definitely the strongest player on both teams. So I think a lot of this game is probably going to revolve around the mid lane, seeing as both of those really know how to get a lead, know how to use a lead, and know how to turn a lead into a win. So
Yeah,
I definitely think a lot of the focus this game is going to be around the mid lane, and yeah, and a lot of the game's going to come down to how well they get ahead and use that to help their team.
yeah, I would love to see a lot of focus either from the junglers or even the support because I do know Sloppy Dingus is technically like they put the supports in bot lane, but that man goes all over the map, especially when he's on Bard. So we'll see if they can put the gold in the right pockets to carry their team to victory.
Yep. Yeah, and the bot lane matchup I think is going to be it's going to be an interesting one. It seems pretty evenly set up. I know that traditionally Mountain's bot lane hasn't really got ahead in lane, but they tend to do really well later in the game. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
Sonic's team fighting in particular has always been much better than his rank would lead you to believe. And that's always been one of the strengths of Team Mountain, both this season and last season, was kind of getting that consistent late game out of their AD carry.
yeah. So there was actually a little bit of a disconnect last season when I was on Mountain, which was interesting to see them trying to get that synergy in bot. Sloppy Dingus is a big likes to be a big playmaker and aggressive in lane, where Sonic knows that the ADC does best with three items in his build. So Sonic tends to play more passive, plays more aggressive, and it's not until they start getting in sync and kind of finding that middle ground you see them really pop off and then start carrying later on.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm excited to see how this goes. I think one of the really interesting things about these two teams is that pretty much all the lane matchups are there aren't any really lopsided lane matchups. They both have very strong mid laners, and they have weaker across the rest of the team. But they're still all players that are going to be able to really put their weight into the team and kind of really help their team.
Yeah, absolutely agree. It looks like the players are starting to get ready here, so we may be going into. We're just going to check if everyone is, and we'll be going into Champ Select 2. For everyone in the Twitch chat, there are rumors that Ratty Z is starting an audio book on Amazon. You may be able to go to the GoFundMe and hear his sweet velvety voice sing you lullabies.
Do we have any word on what that book's going to be about?
Um, I think it's going to be a mix between CSing and putting the baby to sleep.
Oh, that's that sounds like a good read.
Yeah, nice rhymes about last hitting Canyon minions.
Oh, absolutely. All right.
Looks like they're doing a game in Twitch chat. They're going to be taking a shot for every kill that Phoenix takes.
Hmm. Well, yeah. I hope I hope it's a bloody game then.
Yeah, see some real drunk chats coming in or drunk comments. You know you're gonna have fun with that. Just pay for it on Monday morning. And it looks like
We are almost into champ select.
we are going to be getting into the team bands already. So let's talk a little bit about the bands. Do you see any ones that are like must bands come right off the bat?
So I think a lot of bans are going to be pointed at the mid lane. Yeah. See, there's the Swain coming out against Gulen. I know that he's been playing that champion a lot recently. I've been also playing it a lot recently, so I have some experience. I know how strong that champion can be. Um, but yeah, no, I think Gulen's champ pool of kind of the Swain, Malzahar, Anivia, Corki, those are kind of his main four. And I'm interested to see which one of those are going to get through. I know Shujiji plays a lot of Malzahar, so I'm definitely I definitely think that they might be trying to prioritize that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And I've actually, to be honest, I think so. Gulen plays Swain great, but I don't think Swain belongs in the mid lane. And there's the Corki ban, of course,
yep,
because Gulen actually plays that better, and that's a hyper carry mid laner.
yeah, and that's also a very good matchup into Malzahar. Um, so that definitely kind of I could definitely see Ocean going for ban out most of Gulen's mid laners and then first pick Malzahar, and then that kind of that would that feels like what I would do in this spot. We'll see what they end up doing. But the Alawi ban comes out against Ratty Z. I know he's played that in a couple of matches. He
Now, do you know Radizi's more of a likes to go more of a team fight or a split push?
I know that he plays a lot of
On the
Nasus.
Skarner ban.
Yeah, Skarner Band coming out against Dainty Taco. Um, yeah, so Volibear's still up if Dainty Taco wants to take that.
So Mountain should ban Malzahar here. You can't leave that up and really. Oh, they banned the Tristana.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
So it should be a
I
first
guess
pick
Shujuji
Mouse.
can get his Malzahar, Gulin can get his Anivia, and that'll be an interesting matchup. Yep, see, there's the Malzahar first pick. I know
Very
that
nice.
Radizi has played a lot of Nasus, especially in league games. So I would expect him to pick that up, but I know that there's also a lot of other champions he could probably pick up instead. Varus coming out for Sonic Man. Uh,
I've actually never seen Sonic on Varus.
it,
I know he tends to like more mobile ADCs with the Jinx being the only exception.
mm,
So we'll be able to see if Sloppy Dingus is able to protect him and what kind of engages we can get with the ult.
yeah.
Oh, is that a Jarvan pick? Could
Oh,
that be?
yeah. Yes. So perusing through Dainty Taco's match history recently, I've seen the Jarvan. I've never played with him in a game on Jarvan, but I was surprised to see him with the Jarvan because I know that Jarvan can kind of necessitate a more aggressive play style than Dainty Taco tends to play. But I mean, he's been pretty successful in the engage, like Zac Sejuani type junglers. So I
That's
think,
true.
yeah. And there's the Zac for Enraged Ovary. So yeah, it looks like we got engaged junglers all around.
I love the Tom Kench pick too. I think he's a great support nowadays. Really, tell me they go the Yas. I want to see some spicy Yas
I don't
top.
think I've ever seen
Was
Gulen take that one. Yeah.
he
And there's the
goes with the
Anivia.
Anivia.
That's probably a safer pick.
Now the Jarvan J4 and the Anivia have great synergy together. J4 throws his catalyst, gets the whole team trapped in, and then the Anivia ult, you've got nowhere to go but to soak up that massive magic damage. I love seeing those two champions work together.
Yeah, and it's also just kind of like terrain team comp, which is it always leads to some kind of entertaining locking people in weird positions.
Yeah, I've definitely been on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
I've blown quite a many flashes using Jarvan.
Yep. Yeah, and Lucian Band
And a
coming out
Lucian ban.
against Phoenix.
That's interesting. I don't think Lucian is in that great of a place right now.
Yeah,
It's funny that they
Lucian
unless
Lucian got buffed a couple patches ago, and he's definitely been playable since. I'm not sure entirely how playable, but
Mhm.
I mean obviously playable enough to get some respect out of Team Mountain. And the
the
Morgana band comes
Morgana
out.
ban I like.
Morgana band comes
Sloppy
out against
Dingus
Sloppy
is a
Dingus.
playmaker
Yep,
with Morgana.
he's been very good on that champion.
It's good too because it doesn't leave that much protection for the Varus.
Yeah.
They ban the Jinx. And then I guess who do you ban? Do you go more against Sloppy to really hinder the bot lane, or do you start targeting the top lane?
I mean, so I think Drofig's champion pool is kind of an unknown at this point for Team Ocean as well as us. Uh, so
Right.
yeah, and there's the Shen ban against him. That's the one that really stuck out as he seems to really like playing. That's something that's easy to play around in a 5v5 kind of environment.
Yeah, smart ban. Doesn't let that
Oh,
Shen's
and the
great. Oh, and he goes
Scion.
with Scion. Matt, you've
Scion,
actually been
yeah.
playing this
Yeah, no,
champ a lot.
Scion is a character that is he's overtuned right now. I think pretty much everybody agrees on that. He has the highest win rate in the top lane. He has for several patches now. And yeah, he's just a very strong
That's
champion.
Yeah, I've seen you do some work with Scion, so I'd love to see what Drofit can do with this.
Yeah.
And we go with the Caitlyn to try and outpoke the Varus and be a little bit of a lane bully.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that seems like a pretty good pick coming out from Phoenix here.
And then we've got to see who they're going to put against the Scion.
Yeah, so
See what the answer will be to that.
yeah, the natural pick for Ratty Z would be Nasus, but yeah, he picks the Nasus.
And he goes
So
with it.
so Nasus into Scion it's not the best matchup, just because Scion just has so much stats that it takes a long time for the Nasus to be able to really trade evenly in that matchup. And Scion tends to fare well against people who can't reliably get out of his Q while he's charging it up.
Right,
And just
which
the heavy poke kind of messes with the Nasus a little bit too.
yeah, and his Wither doesn't seem to. Oh, okay. I like the Braum pick.
Yep.
They're going with they decide to put him more on a protection ADC.
Yep.
It's not going to be roaming with his legendary Braum. Brand. No, I'm sorry, Bard.
Bard. Yeah.
You just fix put the R in front of the A instead of behind it. You get all screwed up.
Yep. Yeah. I do love me some Bard, but I mean, Skullcrab's had some success with Braum, so I always like to see
Yeah,
that as well.
Brahm's a great support pick. He's got the tank. He does have a bit of the engage, and just the passive alone is worth picking him up for.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, he definitely does a lot that you want out of a support, and he also can provide a front line when you don't have one, and gives you an even beefier front line when you do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Agreed.
that's pretty rare
And so,
coming out of a support.
and that's going to allow the Scion to decide to either engage or to split off.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And Sion's not he's not the best split pusher, but he can definitely do okay at it. He doesn't take down towers very fast, but he is good. He is very good at 1v1ing people. Um,
I can see that. Yeah.
yeah.
So funny story actually about Dainty Taco. After all these free the Garen posts I've been seeing,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead try out Garen today before the match.
Yep.
I go in and I'm versing a Pantheon top lane, and their Amumu is just camping my lane so hard. 3 ganks within 6 minutes. My team's telling me to stop feeding. I'm telling them I don't know my champ and I'm being camped. I'm so sorry, guys. I find out in a random normals game I'm going against Dainty Taco.
Huh. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, just randomly bumped into each other, and I'm like, "You mother effer! I just want to learn this champ.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, please."
Yeah.
So
He
I
just
wouldn't be
wants to shut
surprised
down
to
the
see if
Garen.
he brings in a Moo in next game.
Okay. Yeah.
He's actually really good. Hitting his bandages a lot with that champ.
Yeah, that's definitely something he has played, and it kind of plays well into like what seem to be his strengths with his, which is just kind of like the the champions that have kind of the harder engages, but I mean, like he's definitely similar to Zach. He's got a harder engage, very good team fighter with a kind of weaker
Mm-hmm.
early game, and Didi Taco's kind of excelled on that kind of champion. So I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. He does seem to like the hard engage. So we're gonna see if I know Raged Overy has played some Zac in the past as well.
Yep.
I don't think I like Zac on Enraged Overy. I like seeing him going flashy. I like seeing him do the big plays and styling on people. I
Yeah.
don't think Zac speaks to his play style.
Yeah, I've seen him play. I've seen him play a lot of Jungle Echo recently, and that I think really plays to his play style really well.
Yes,
I mean,
agreed. He would
whether
be
or not that's
perfect on
like
Jungle Echo.
the best pick is debatable. But he seems really comfortable on that champion. Also, stuff like Elise. I'm not sure how meta she is, uh, but
Yeah, Elise isn't actually in a good spot. Echo's doing okay. Um, I mean, Zac's great for team fights, but as a spectator, I'd love to see him on Echo. Just some flash.
yeah, yeah, and that's definitely where he excels, right? We talked about Denji Taco excelling more on the kind of engage heavier, safer, just like play a role for his team. And Rage Over, he's trying to show off. He's not just here to win the game. He's here to have fun. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about feeding the ego. Go for it, Enraged Overy. I want to see it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then the mid lane matchup, I think. So Shujuji has played a lot of Malzahar. That's definitely like been his number one champion. Um,
Hmm.
and Malzahar has a history in the Rekt League. It had a 100% pick ban rate in the first season. It's been close to that in the second season. There's been a couple games that have gone without it, but yeah, it's definitely been highly contested, pretty much for the Rekt League's history. And yeah, and to have a player who's a very good mid laner, very comfortable on this champion, I think is really going to give Gulen a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this mid lane matchup. And like I've said before, maybe one of the best things about Malzahar is even if you start feeding and you don't get that gold you need in your pocket, your ultimate lets you make someone as useless as you are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and it kind of puts
You
a
just freeze them down, say, I'm not going to do anything in this fight, but neither are you. So there, have at it.
yep, and it kind of puts a tax on all the opposing carries where they have to build Quicksilver Sash if they don't just want to get shut down.
That's
It
right.
really
Yeah.
can hinder their build development.
Yeah, there's not too many champions. Maybe the only other example would be like um, a Mundo or a Soraka where you have to build in executioners,
Hmm.
but there's very few champions in this game where you need to buy an item specifically because they picked that champion.
Yeah.
And we do have the game loading up now.
Yep. We
We'll
are
see if
we
we
are
can.
almost in the game.
We'll see. I do like Brahms level 1 engage from Team Mountain. We'll see if they take advantage of it. And I believe generally Gulen starts with the stun on Anivia.
Hmm.
I believe Mountain has a stronger level 1 here.
All right, and we are in game. So yeah,
And
we'll
Mountain's already pinging Ocean's jungle, and they're ready to run.
yeah.
While Ocean is fanning out. I don't think they're gonna try any sneaky evades.
Yeah, it looks like Team Mountain is pretty grouped up, and they are. Yep, they're pinging that word. It looks like they've definitely been spotted out. I'm interested to see if they're gonna get anything out of this. They might harass and Raged Ovaries start a little bit. They got a ward on the red, so they're gonna have tabs on him as he does that.
It's hugely beneficial for a jungler to know where the enemy is starting.
Mm.
It makes you feel safer. It lets you know if they're doing some cheese plays. Um, just one ward makes your clear so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting some penguins coming out from Team Mountain. A variety of kinds. Got the dab and penguin.
The the emote on the Braum just makes me so angry. When he has that like shy Ash emote,
Oh yeah. Oh.
and it looks like it's just going to be a normal bottom buff start for both junglers.
Yep.
Scion getting a ward too onto Ocean's jungle side, and we're going to get right back into it.
Yep. Yeah. So what jungle paths do you expect these junglers to go for? Like on the Jarvan especially. I think has a lot of experience with that one.
Yeah, so the safest path right now is to go buff wolves buff,
Mm-hmm.
and that allows you to get to the quick level 3, and it also gets you to your second buff fast enough so that it's harder for the enemy jungle to try and steal it or do anything cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Then the deviation comes from there. I know some junglers like to go to their Gromp. The more aggressive junglers with the two buff will then go for a gank, either mid lane or top lane.
Yep.
You know, on top lane, you see the Scion already trying to bully the Nessus, just like you were talking about.
Yeah, and this is definitely how it's going to go in earlier levels. Like the Comet on the Scion is really, really going to bully the Nasus. And yeah, it's definitely going to be quite a few levels before the Nasus can really think about fighting back.
Scion already pinging the Ocean jungler. He's moving down, probably just trying to get some vision.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to maybe catch him doing the Skull Crab a little early for that.
I would like to see the Jarvan actually go into Zach's jungle right now, because Zach has a very weak
and it looks like he's doing just that, and they're gonna miss each other. So
just two
yeah,
ships passing in the night.
taking the blast cone. Yeah. Oh, okay, they are gonna meet, and yeah, ShuGG is following.
Oh, this Jarvan's in an awkward spot right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to catch him here, but yeah,
Nice rotation by ShuGG.
yeah.
And I'm glad that Jarvan saw it. He was able to protect the Zach by just moving to the river.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good example of Ocean's communication. They're definitely a team that has really strong communication in game. They have very clear comms. They make calls. They react to them quickly. And yeah, that was a good example of it. Of ShuGG seeing that something was up, and Raged Overy telling that something was up, and he responded to it very quickly. So.
You were telling me before the game, ShuGG's been really trying to step up and getting their team more organized.
Yep. Yeah. From what I've heard from people inside of Team Ocean is that this seems like one of the more coordinated teams in the league. They have very detailed plans for every matchup. They really know how to make calls, and ShuGG has definitely been heading that. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it actually turns out in game. I know that previously they've made some decisive calls and maybe miscalculated them a little bit, but responded to the call quickly.
Which is almost better, because to have that trust, even if it's the wrong call,
Yep.
you make the right calls as the season goes on.
Yep.
But to have that trust early on is very, very valuable for a team.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a week 4 or 5 team coming pretty much straight into week 1, which
Yeah.
that's definitely something that they're probably gonna have to lean on because individually they might not be as strong as some of the other teams. But yeah, we'll see how that ends up playing out for them this game and the rest of the season. Yeah, so it looks like we're getting a little bit of a trade in the bot lane.
And, yep, just a little bit of poke going on down there.
Yeah, looks like it's been pretty even overall though. Yeah, top lane, Sion's building up a little bit of a CS lead. No surprise there. It looks like he's.
Yep, it looks like the Nasus is already looking to back.
Yeah, it looks like Sion's keeping it pretty perpetually pushed up into the Nasus, which is definitely a double-edged sword. It leaves them a little more leaves them a little safer than he would be if you, for example, freeze near your tower. But it's definitely much easier to execute, and yeah, and it also leaves the Nasus kind of lower on stacks. It looks like the Sion is roaming
like
down.
The Mountain Drake's jungler and top lane are trying to collapse here on the Malzahar. Malzahar does have ult.
Yep.
Good slow by the Sion, and then Enraged Overy coming over. He has to flash over the wall.
Oh, and that is a big stun coming out from the Sion.
That was fantastic.
That was very
he was
well
able
executed.
to keep him in Anivia's ult with that giant Q of his.
Yeah, and that was very well played by Team Mountain there. They just communicated really well. They coordinated that. They had 3 members, and the Nasus was not going to follow because he's been so far behind. Yeah,
that was great because they got the flash and the kill, which is normally it's just good to get the flash.
Yep.
Great showing by Drofig for his first game. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is kind of the real way you win a Nasus matchup, right? There's going to be a certain point, no matter what character you play, where Nasus is going to outscale you. But you basically just got to say, okay, I'm eventually going to lose this game. So keep them low on farm, roam, get kills on the rest of my team. And yeah, that's exactly what they did. So.
Yeah, Nasus is not known for leaving the top lane. So I do like that strategy a lot. And I mean, you play a lot of Nasus and you've played against a lot of Nasus. So you would know better than most.
Yeah, so it looks like we had Enraged Overy trying to get something going in the bot lane, but they Team Mountain's bot lane put a word in the far bush, and he couldn't really push out much further, so he had to back out.
See Malzahar moving a little bit, maybe just backing, but Anivia is pinging him out. And
yeah, Malzahar.
Meanwhile, Zach just taking his red, Jarvan taking his blue. And we're just farming up a little bit right now.
Yeah. It looks like the Malzahar was looking for roams, but there really wasn't anything on the map. Yeah, we have.
Shoot GG, definitely a little bit further behind. Anivia takes a little time to get going, but with that, he's even able to push the lane up to Shu GG.
Yeah,
it's a good look for Gullion because you put a little bit of gold in Gullion's pockets, and like we were saying earlier, he knows what to do.
Yep. Yeah, and Anivia is definitely a champion that once she gets ahead, like that is it can feel very oppressive. And it looks like we have a little bit of a trade going on in the top lane. Ult comes down from Nasus. Sion's gonna back out, and it looks actually pretty even.
Too. Yeah, they both traded ults there. Sion's just gonna walk it up.
Yeah, and that was a good trade from the Nasus because this is definitely pretty early on to really be able to fight him well. It looks like we have a gank coming out from Enraged Overy, misses the ult on Gulen. Gulen makes it out alive.
Drofig's already got a pretty good sizable CS lead. I mean, I guess it's expected, right? You're saying Sion is a lot tougher early game.
Yep, yeah.
Against the Nasus.
Yep, that's definitely something that's going to narrow later in the game. Yeah, but we'll see how that ends up going. But yeah.
And bot lane, we do have Sloppy Dingus and Sonic having a pretty decent. Oh, nice
catches Sloppy Dingus with the trying to go back. Oh, yeah, it looks like he's going to do it again. Yeah, all right, really delaying that back a little bit. So that's some valuable time there that he's losing.
Yeah, absolutely. He may not even be able to back yet. And in bot lane, you want both your ADC and your support to back at the same time.
Yep.
So they come back to lane with the same power spike. And that way they can engage and they don't have a weaker side to it.
Yep. Yeah, and there's definitely little things like that that, you know, you don't really think play much into the overall game, but they can really make a difference, especially when it happens over and over again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's say Zach goes down for the gank and they stop Sloppy from backing. That's less armor or less magic resistance.
Yep. Yeah.
It seems silly just to keep poking. It just seems like they're being annoying, but you're right. It can pay big dividends.
Yeah, and it's unlikely for the game to be decided based on that one thing, but once you get more and more of those, it really starts to add up. It looks like both junglers are hanging out around the mid lane, and Raged Ovary goes in, really taking Gulen down. And Dainty Taco comes in as well.
Too, right?
Yeah, Stopwatch comes out.
In. He has enough mana for the ult.
Yep.
Flash out by the Enraged Ovary.
Yeah, and then, that was definitely a pretty safe counter gank. Just forces him back out. Let's Gulen keep farming. So yeah, it was a good stopwatch by Gulen as well.
I think at this point in the game too, we should see Jarvan just giving every blue buff to the Anivia.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just let the Anivia shove out waves, not have to worry about being behind on CS anymore. And yeah, interesting is that since the stopwatch nerfs, Gulen pretty much activated his stopwatch like right as it came up, because it doesn't activate until 10 minutes. So it looks like Dainty Taco is trying to solo the Ocean Drake here. Little bit of fitting thematically, but ShuGG comes up to get him.
Meanwhile, Enraged Ovary goes for a gank in bot lane, misses his ult again, and gets pretty low.
Yep, but the Jarvan goes down.
Oh, Malzahar hits him. And the Nivea comes with a return kill. Gulen doesn't let ShuGG get away with that.
Yeah, that's wow.
And the dragon resets.
Yep, yeah, and that was definitely a little bit of
good play by Gulen.
Yeah.
I do like how ShuGG is active on the map. Even though there aren't many opportunities, if his wave's pushed in, he's not just sitting there. He's using that time to scope around. And right there, he may have died, but he got to kill himself, and he stopped the Drake from being taken.
Yep. Yeah. It was definitely an aggressive solo Drake coming out from Jarvan. And ShuGG knew about it, and he walked right down and answered it.
Yeah, and that call is a little risky with the Jarvan. I mean, he could probably do it, but he doesn't have any armor yet.
Yep.
And Jarvan isn't known for soloing dragons early. He's not like a Vi or a Warwick, which can easily do it even at level 3 with double buffs.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like a pretty even trade at the end of things. So yeah, it was Zach's clearing out the pink ward.
Farming up. Do you like that Mouse was had died first, but he's still ahead in farm on the Anivia, so it's still very close matchup.
Yeah.
There we go. There's both junglers down by a Drake trying to clear vision. Sonic stepping up.
Yeah, looks like
they're going to try
really
and collapse on
this.
here. Anivia hits the stun ult. The ult from the Varus. The Q in from the Braum. I think Sloppy Ding is trying to steal kills. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But great
not
job.
Successful
Great
enough.
collapse
Yeah,
on
that was a great catch on Enraged Ovary, and that's something that Anivia really excels at. And one of the things that makes her feel so oppressive to play against is that when she catches you, you're caught. That's it. Like, you're going to have a really hard time getting past that wall.
And I love, too, the communication on Team Mountain. They chained that CC perfectly. There was no doubling up on it. Meanwhile, top lane, though, they're trying to go for a return kill. Ult from the Malzahar onto the Scion. Scion tries to ult out. No luck. Flashes out.
Oh.
Is there enough dot damage?
Yep. And,
yes. The Nasus flashes forward, hits him with a Q.
Yeah.
Barely securing the kill.
Yeah, that was very well played by Team Ocean there. Yeah, blocking the Scion's escape, because if they didn't do that, he would have made it out there pretty easily with his ult. But Enraged Ovary going in.
Now
on
we have
Gulen
Enraged Ovary with Zach trying to return kill on this.
Dainty
Anivia,
Taco is there to shut it down again.
I'm really impressed with this level of play from both teams. They're very evenly matched here.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that, and it feels like the junglers are there to match each other. Like pretty much any time any of them goes for anything.
Yeah, it's like what you were saying earlier in the pre-match. Each lane is an equal match. There's no lopsidedness. They may have like two bronze or two weaker players in one lane, but they have two of the higher elo players in the other lane, and we're seeing this stay close because of that.
Yeah, it looks like
And at the same time, great communication between both Mountain and Ocean. You can just imagine are talking to each other constantly on comms, making calls, pinging missing champions. It's really nice to watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this definitely does not feel like a game that's coming out of the two undefeated team or teams without wins right now, right? These both
Yeah,
feel like
it's shocking.
these teams both feel like they're playing really well.
Yeah, you're right. Because I almost forgot about them. Both these teams are 0-2 and 0-4, or are they both 0-4 right now?
0-2 and 0-4. Team Ocean is 0-2. They've only played one other game so far. So
I would have never known. If you just watched this game, you would have never known. They have great rotations, great communications, the chaining of the CC. This is how it's a joy to watch. I'm having a blast right now.
yeah, yeah, me as well. Quick stack check on the Nasus. He is chilling at 205, I believe. That area around 200. For anybody keeping track.
In your opinion, how is that for Anasis?
Into a more difficult like matchup like this is actually quite good. You generally try to in the really miserable matchups where you have to like max E first. You generally are gonna get around 200 by 20 minutes. But into more even matchups, you tend to. This is about what you're shooting for every game.
Oh, the Nasus is going right in onto Drofig. He's hitting the Qs. Drofig's just trying to walk it out, and actually their HP kind of evens out a little bit. But
yeah, it looks like Enraged Ovary goes
like
in.
He's getting a little more aggressive.
Enraged Ovary goes in the bot lane. The Bromwell comes out. Enraged Ovary ults the Brom back, and Jarvanel comes out. Cobalt's a little caught out. Looks like Cobalt might go down here. Oh, Cobalt makes it out. Shu-Ji is here.
Malzahar ults the
Enraged
ADC.
Ovary goes back in. Oh, Sonic
Golin's
almost
coming
goes down.
back. Wow.
Wow, that was that was pretty well played by everybody. There was definitely multiple times I thought somebody was going to go down.
20 HP.
Yeah.
Wow.
And multiple members of Team Ocean survived with not much more than that. So yeah, no, that was well played by everybody.
Yeah, there were the right answers. I mean, they evened it up. Like Gullion saw that GG wasn't there, so he rotates down. And then we had Dainty Taco saw there was a gank going on through Enraged Ovary. He comes down to answers that. It's everyone played the right role.
Yep.
That's probably why we didn't see any deaths.
Yep. Yeah. Nobody was late to the party. Everybody came right when they needed to be there. And yeah.
Very well done.
Nobody got out over aggressive. Nobody tried to chase things they couldn't follow up on. And yeah. Yeah, it looks like the Nasus is doing really well in this top lane now.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the Nasus is definitely so he's still a little bit behind in CS, but it's basically the same CS deficit, which means he's been keeping up ever since the early game. And yeah, he's definitely not afraid of the Scion and trades anymore. He's willing to go in and really just get up close and personal. And yeah, it's been paying off for him.
Do you think we're going to be seeing Reddy Z start evening out the CS now that the Nasus is starting to spike? He's got his Triforce now.
Yeah, this is definitely the point when the NASA is going to consistently be able to beat the Scion in almost any trade. And he almost has the turret down, and this would be first brick coming out when he gets it.
Oh wow! He even steps up and takes another turret shot. Reddy Z definitely has a lot more confidence.
Yep. Yeah. No. And this is something I really wanted to see out of Reddy Z in their games against Brambleback, was. He was this far ahead, but he wasn't really confident enough that he actually was, and so he tended to kind of back off a little early in the trades. But definitely in this game, he's been more kind of confident. He definitely knows his power level a little better, and he's playing like it. And this is definitely what you want to see out of the Nasus.
And bot lane looks like there may be a little bit of a fight. We have Enraged Ovary popping in, looking like he's going to jump onto Sloppy Dingus. Decides not to.
Yep. And first turret does go down for the Nasus up there.
Wow, that's a lot of gold into a Nasus's pocket. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
power spike to note.
yep, and the
Is
ult
that
comes out for the Varus, and the Caitlyn goes down. Yeah, that was
wow,
a good
great
catch.
catch.
That was a good catch. Oh, and Raged Over goes in. Yeah, it looks like we have
Here's the
pretty
answer.
much all the members of both teams here, minus the top laners. Yeah, and that was yeah, it was definitely another situation where pretty much everybody knew where they had to be, but and it would have played out similar to last team fight, except for the catch coming out from Sonic just took the Caitlyn out a little faster than Ocean was prepared to respond.
There is a significant power spike on the Varus now. He does have the Ginsu blade, so you're gonna see him starting to take down towers a lot faster.
Yeah, and
Meanwhile, Drofig's trying to answer the overextended Nasus here. We'll see if anyone can help him.
There's
with
also
this.
a dragon going down.
He's able to attack him better.
And multiple members of Team Ocean are here, and Rage Over goes in for the steal, misses it, and yeah, he's gonna go down. Teleport could come out from Ratty Z, but I don't think it would really help much there. Yeah, that was definitely a late steal attempt coming out from Raged Over.
I do like that he goes for the steal, though. You know that the Lee Sin is still buried deep inside him somewhere.
Yep. yeah. That's definitely one of his favorite things to do is to go for those steals, and he's quite good at it. That's definitely been one of his strengths when I've played with him. But yeah, and it looks
now
like
for the. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like Team Mountain converts that kill in the bot lane to an Ocean Drake and then also mid tower. That was some good conversion by them.
For those of you who don't play jungle, stealing is actually incredibly hard. 50-50s, no jungler likes to do them, no matter what they tell you. Because it's hard to... It's easy to smite when you're at the right HP, but very rarely do teammates communicate like that I'm bursting the health right now, or I'm going to use an ability that's going to drop it 200 HP. So please don't flame your junglers when they get outsmited.
Yeah.
It's a tricky job.
And it looks like they're trying to catch out Sonic here in the bot lane. Yeah, and there's quite a few members, but Gulen's also here. The teleport comes out from Drofig. But yeah, this Nasus is very strong right now, so I don't think Team Mountain's going to be able to fight this very well.
Yeah, Sion's still pushing forward though. He actually, I think he just ulted into Shu GG. And Rage Over getting a little
Jarvan's
low.
here
There's
as
a lot
well.
of
This is now a 4v3.
Oh, let's see the ult from the Jarvan. Nope, he decides to back off.
All right, yeah, and they all make it out alive.
Wow.
Yeah, and it looks like...
but meanwhile, top lane, Phoenix is getting free damage onto the tier 2 turret.
Yep, and it might actually be able to take this down because Drofig does not have a teleport or an ult to respond to this. Varus is coming, but that's going to be way too slow. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be a tier 2 turret coming out from Team Ocean. So yeah, that was some great communication by Team Ocean there to really set that up to get their bot lane to take that turret while there's a lot of stuff going down in the actual bot lane.
This is incredible. At 22 minutes, look at the gold. Practically even. These guys are answering each other blow for blow right now. So Mountain may have more kills, but Ocean has more towers. Excuse me, I'm stuttering over myself here. But the gold lead is going to, I believe it's going to Mountain because they also have 2 Drakes. So, I mean, they may be down in towers, but it's clearly anyone's game right now.
Yeah, and we have a quick stack check on the Nasus. We have about 330 right now. So yeah, that is very high. Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to get a catch on them. They have 3 members down here. Turret's pretty low, and they might be going for a dive. Nope, and they're going to back it out.
Whoa, top lane, we had missed it. Varus gets another catch on the Caitlyn. Sonic is really showing up this game, which is nice to see because he didn't have the type of game he wanted. Braum gets suppressed by Shu GG. He has to ult to try and back away. He's walking slowly. He eats
Flash comes out from Cobalt to push Shu GG just a little bit further. Really trying to get that guy. Yeah, hey, Cobalt eats Shu GG, flashes forward to try to get him in range. But yeah.
Sloppy is so low right
and the
now.
Braum goes
and
down.
he just gets it with the Q.
It definitely pays off there. And Rage Over trying to follow this one up.
Oh, they're not done. And Rage Over wants to... Nope, gets out of range of the arm pull.
Yeah, and that is a true mark of 2 players you can tell have played a lot of games together. Just kind of the trust going there between Cobalt and Shu GG. Yeah. Knowing that Shu GG needs to be just a little bit further, picking him up and saying, okay, let's go a little bit further then.
That flash, I love it.
Yeah.
Is that actually Shuji G and Cobalt play a lot outside of the season together as well,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. They're definitely close friends outside of the game. And yeah, they played a lot together before the league. So
So now we have Drofake trying to answer the Nasus push on bot. At what point would you say that Nasus starts to fall off a little bit? Because he's not the ultimate end game as many people think he
yeah,
is.
so he's definitely around the point when he's at his strongest right now. Which is where, I mean, he's been stacking up really well. He has 360 something stacks right now. And yeah, he's got his Triforce, he's got a defensive item. So he's got the Ninja Tabbies, he's got the Spirit Visage, and a Glacial Shroud. And that combined with a large amount of stacks, this is in the early game before people really start picking up their own defensive items. This is when he's really at his strongest, and he's probably gonna fall off. He doesn't like truly fall off until much later in the game, but yeah, this is definitely where Team Mountain's gonna have a very hard time answering him.
I see Sonic's getting quite large right now. He's got 4 kills, 230 CS. He's about to finish. He's got tier 2 boots, 2 items, and he's looking to finish, I think, a Bork.
Yeah, it looks like
I
Team
really
Mountain's
like
trying to
this
collapse on the
aggressive
Nasus
Sonic.
down here.
Varus is out
Oh,
by himself.
Varus
He
is gonna
may
get
wanna
withered.
walk back.
Raged Ovary goes in.
Ults. Oh, Enraged Ovary just pops in, ults him backwards. There's the suppression on the ADC. It's going real sloppy. The Nivea wall to try and split them off so they can escape. Except Nasus is on the
They're
wrong
having
side
a really
of that
hard
wall.
time taking down this
Big
Nasus.
play by Cyan.
Yeah, Egg comes out from Anivia, and yeah, it looks like Team Ocean's gonna be able to clean this one up. And yeah, that
Man, just when Mountain is starting to pull ahead, Ocean comes back and answers. This has been such a yo-yo game. These teams are so even.
yeah, and that was definitely an example of why the Nasus is so strong at this point in the game. Like there were at least 3 members of Team Mountain trying to take him down, but because of his Q stacks, because of his Triforce, he was able to just lifesteal through almost all of it. Because Team Mountain just does not have the damage to take him down in a situation like that yet.
I would like to see. Do you think the Varus needs to get an Executioners just to answer the lifesteal of the Nasus?
It would definitely be helpful, but Varus already has a similar thing coming out from his E. So if he could set that up right, it helps. But I mean, it might be easier to just not engage on the Nasus for a little bit. That's probably an easier way to answer this. But yeah, yeah, it would definitely help a little bit. But
So I used to play a bit of Varus back when I thought I wanted to ADC, and then I realized it sucks being one-shotted, so ADC is not for me.
yeah, it would not be for you then.
But I do know landing the E mid-fight can be a little difficult. So we'll see. I mean, Sonic is great at the ADC role, so he may definitely is way better than I am. So he may be able to land those E's appropriately when he has to answer the Nasus.
Yeah, and this is where the Nasus could pretty easily take down this turret if he commits to it. But yeah, it looks like the Scion's gonna push him off that. We have a little bit of action going on in the mid lane, and Nivea is gonna go down. Yeah, it looks like got Malzahar ulted.
Now Sloppy Dingus is in a tough spot. Tom Kench eats up the Braum. He has to flash. Then he's back. Ults to get some range. The Caitlyn ult is just barely not enough, but Enrage Ovary pops in. He wants so badly that
he
Braum
pulls
kill that
Dainty
he even
Taco to
pulls
safety.
forward.
Yeah, that was probably not the right way to pull him there.
Oh man, he was so hungry.
Yeah.
He wanted that Braum kill so badly.
Wanted to go deep. Yeah, ult coming out
Oh,
from Sonic.
nicely. And Tom Kench saves him with the E.
Raged Ovary is very low. Yeah, it looks like his passive is down here, so that was a little dangerous.
Oh, it looks like Varus has picked up the QSS.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely gonna come in handy. This is about the time when you need to be doing that. And the Malzahar isn't as effective on Anivia because of the egg. So I imagine almost every single one of those is gonna be going at the Varus.
Yeah, the Varus is definitely the ideal target for that. Meanwhile, vision is split pretty evenly, except Mountain does have some deep vision onto Ocean's jungle here. Looks like they're just poking at each other a little bit, trying to get wards in the right place, because Baron will be the next objective.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to position around that. And Scion is ult
Sion
again.
is
Here he
racing.
goes. Is he gonna get anybody?
He's a
Nope.
race
And
car. Look
yeah,
at this.
it's a poor man's teleport right there.
And there have been changes to the Baron this season. I mean, this patch. So the Baron buff is stronger, and if you get 2 Baron buffs, it's almost game over. Same thing with the Elder Drake. They've decided that if you're able to secure the objective twice, you should just win the game.
Yeah, and the Nasus is teleporting in, so it's gonna be a 5v5 here.
Here comes the net. Oh, that was the Malzahar TP coming in.
Oh, okay.
He was in the wrong side of town. Oh, and then you're right. The Nasus is in. He flashes forward,
Yeah.
doesn't get the kill. That's 2 Ocean down.
Yeah, the Nasus is definitely
Jungler
strong
is
right now, but
still
he cannot take on 5 without the rest of his team, and it looked like the rest of Team Ocean was a little unwilling to go in there.
Yeah, he's trying to 1v9 that situation.
Yeah, he's definitely
And
strong,
unless
but he can't
there's-
do that. And yeah, the Baron goes down to
Great
Team
Baron
Mountain.
secured.
Yeah, that was very well
Mountain
played.
swinging back into the lead again, and there's only a 0.5k difference in the game right now at 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely a situation where I think I would have liked to see the Nasus stay on the bot lane for a little longer, and because he could have pretty easily gotten at least 2 turrets out of that in exchange for the Baron, maybe even an inhibitor.
Yeah, I agree. That's tough to TP right in the center of the entire team. Perhaps when they were making the call, the fight was a little further back,
Yeah,
and just when the TP started, the Catalyst had pushed the rest of Team Ocean further into the jungle. So by the time Malzahar and NASA showed up, they were in the middle of it.
yeah.
Great play by Mountain. Love to see that. 2 picks, and they had the decisive call. They decided they wanted Baron, and now was the time to go. Big wave pushing down mid too.
Yeah.
See a little bit of sieging, and once this Varus gets the Ginsu stacks, we can see if he gets available. You always have to be wary of the Zac jump in. He can engage the fight at any time. You see Drofig literally just pushing in the Nasus with the Baron buff, not trying to engage or anything, just trying to make sure he can't get that wave
Yeah,
forward.
that's definitely one way to answer a split push, is just get Baron and keep clearing out the minions.
They are dancing a bit in mid. Hopefully they can convert this Baron buff into a tower or something.
Yeah, it looks like
I think Braum is going to rotate top.
looks like Team Ocean's doing a good job of just kind of clearing out waves and stalling this Baron buff out. And NASA's going in on the Scion, but nope, backs out.
Oh yeah, and then Braum's just going to move top just to get the Baron buff so that all the waves are pushing in.
Oh, and we have a little bit of
Try-
engage
if
coming
they
out in the
can
mid
get-
lane. Zac pulls the
There it
Jarvan.
is, nice. Oh, catches the Jarvan. He tries to EQ out. He does
Oh!
barely, but the Caitlyn ult.
Sonic blocks the Caitlyn ult with the
Saved
flash.
by Sonic. Great save by Sonic. What a true bro. Took the bullet for the president.
Yeah, that's not really a play you see coming out much from the 80 carry to to defend to defend their jungler. But yeah, I mean full health bar, so if it works, and yeah, they're looking
no
for Dragon
selfish
now.
plays on this team.
This is
Yep,
a
gonna
mountain
clear
Drake.
some vision. I mean, is the Braum gonna have to solo take this turret?
Yeah,
He may,
looks like we're getting a
may
little bit
possibly
of,
do.
little bit
Oh,
of
there's
split
a
push
TP.
brawn action here. TP coming out from the
I
Scion.
like this
yeah,
move by Sion. You can't contest the dragon. You might as well take a
Yeah.
turret.
Yeah, they're definitely going to take this turret. I don't think they're going to get much more out of it, because I mean, neither of these are particularly good at taking turrets, and the Scion does not have demolish or anything. So
Varus does take the mid turret too, so it's going to be 1 dragon for 2 turrets, which favors the mountain team for sure.
yeah, and that's definitely the best response that they could have hoped for is to that dragon, because they had no hope of answering the dragon.
And Brady Z actually had to blow his ultimate on the Nasus when he was going against the Nivea. I think Golan's really starting to come online. His row is fully stacked. He's got the Leandries. You're going to see some real damage. Meanwhile, mid lane,
Yeah, Sonic almost goes down.
Varus trying to run away. Tom Kench ulting in, but
Yep.
he may just be a little bit too far behind.
Olsen with the Nasus.
Drofake going up through the jungle to go back to top. That was a close engage, but again, no one dies. These guys are playing this so smart, so close too.
Yeah, and now Gulen looks like he's kind of pushing out the bot lane a little bit.
I like it. Sloppy and Gulen working together. The Baron buff is down though, and Malzahar will be able to clean up those creeps fast enough. And there's a counter push in mid. Now Ocean looks like they're trying to reassert some dominance. Oh, they're pinging the Braum. Overy will be able to jump to catch him. Nope. Braum walks out safely.
Yeah, looks like everybody kind of backs off. This is definitely a time when there aren't any objectives on the map. Nobody has Baron buff, and yeah, this is a time where if you want to go back, you're gonna go back because there's not gonna be a whole lot of fights going on. Everybody's gonna farm up a little bit, yeah, and catch up. So, looking at these two team comps, who do you think has the advantage going late?
I would say I like Team Mountain's team fight a lot better. I don't know if the Nasus is going to be able to keep up, and I do know that they have the communication to say, "Hey, Nasus is split pushing again.
Mm-hmm.
We should all in right here." However, the pick potential for Ocean, I think, is a little better. I think it's really going to be, are they going to know to play to their strengths? Ocean does not want to do a 5v5 down mid lane, I don't think.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I like going very late. I like Mountain's team comp a little better, because they really have a lot of the heavy AOE. You know, you can get the Varus to really snare a lot of people. You got the big ult coming out from the Anivia. Jarvan kind of pulls them all together, and the Scion can get some big engages as well. They just have engages pretty much across the board. But yeah, it looks like we got the Nasus getting caught out, and yeah, the percent health damage from the Varus is just tearing through him. Yeah, and the Nasus is gonna go down.
Speaking of that pick that you were saying, the engage, Varus ult into the Nivea Q, and then you're stuck. You can't do anything.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a catch going on.
But then in mid lane,
yeah.
we have the Mal's ult onto the Braum. He flashes, uses Locket, presses E.
Yep, and the Caitlyn gets it. All right.
Barely.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a good trade. Yeah, both teams definitely have a good amount of catch like that. But yeah, it's going to be hard for Team Ocean to really get much of a catch when the Malzahar isn't up. They're definitely going to be more focused around kind of preventing Team Mountain's engage.
I think the reason I like Mountain more is their ability to chain the CC and the engage is a lot stronger than Ocean. You know, you have the big ult from Scion. Every champ pretty much here, every single champ has an engage, and if they communicate properly, you can lock down the carries without a problem. Yep. Where Ocean is more of a pick one person and that person.
Yeah, they're very good at locking down a single target. They could wither them, they could Malzahar ult them, they could eat them with Tom Kench. They could really do a lot of things to one champion. But yeah, it looks like Mountain's going to be able to do that to pretty much the whole team eventually. So. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things where, like, if Team Mountain doesn't get the fights that they want, it's going to be a lot tougher for them. But yeah, it looks like there's a
Malzahar trying to take on the Scion on top, and he actually might get this kill here.
Yeah,
Scion is going to ult out. Is he going to die
nope,
to the...
he's got the shield to defend it. Yeah, and there's a big Zac ult coming down on multiple members of Team Mountain. Zac's going to pop his passive.
Zac's going to drop. Tom's dead.
Yep.
They have no more tanks.
Gulen catches the stun on Caitlyn.
Oh, actually, Enrage Overy's back up from the... They weren't able to finish off when he hit the ult. But see, here's the problem with Nasus. You can just keep CCing and slowing him, and he can't apply those huge stacks.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of one of the issues with Nasus later in the game, is like once everybody kind of gets the damage to deal with you, and especially if you don't have the team comp to really back you up. You know, you can do all the damage in the world, but if you can't get to your target, you're not going to have a good time. So.
Yeah, exactly. And this was the second Baron for Mountain. They're going to try and close it out right here.
Yeah, this is
because the damage buff that you get from the Baron has also been increased.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see now if they're going to be able to take this. They need to at least take an inhib.
Yeah, looks like they're running down mid trying to do that. Scion's getting top wave pushing. Got the catch on the Tom Kench.
Nice catch on the Tom.
Yeah. Enraged Overy is
And Enraged Overy doesn't have his passive. He's going to drop as well. Malzahar's getting ulted by the Varus, gets locked down. That's Caitlyn going down as well. Oh, she's able to net away, but Goyen does not let her finish the fight.
This is not looking good for Team Ocean here.
It is just a Nasus who's not known for his wave clear and his stalling tactics.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic showing from pretty much every single member of Team Mountain. Yeah, they've all been playing really well, and they might manage to get their first win here.
And Nasus goes down. Braum again trying to snipe the kill.
The Nexus turret goes down, and next up the Nexus. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. There's Mountain's first win. Yeah, they really earned that one, you know. And it was a hard fought battle from both sides, but eventually it looks like yeah. Yeah, Team Ocean's gonna take it down.
You know, for two teams that don't have victories, this may have been the best game of the season yet. That was such a close back and forth. Anyone could have won. They were all playing smart, great rotations, great call outs, great chain CCs. I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah, that was very well played by pretty much everybody. So yeah, I'm really excited to go into game 2. I'm excited to see what kind of adjustments they're gonna make. And yeah, but we're gonna go to a 5-minute break for now. And yeah, everybody do what you got to do, and meet back here for some more wrecking. So.
to see how both teams are actually going to make adjustments because it honestly could have gone either
Yep.
way. I want to see if there's going to be any different bans, if there's going to be a different focus on on lanes to get the snowballing because there were some prizes there. I mean, for me personally, Sonic MNA, or just I'm sorry, he just likes to go by Sonic, uh, really stepped up in this game like he hasn't in previous games of this season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he played fantastically. I was very. This is definitely one of the first games we've seen him really like get a lead coming straight out of lane because usually he's good at finding leads later in the game where a lot of other AD carries in the league might not be able to. But yeah, this is definitely one of the ones where he got a lead early and yeah, he knew exactly what to do with it. So yeah, I was very very impressed with him.
Yeah,
So
it was really great to watch, and I really actually both teams are ready here. So who is in charge? Do you know?
it looks like that is Jake.
Yeah, and like you were saying before we went to the break, every single person stepped up this game. Everyone did their jobs and played well. There was no glaring weaknesses. And we're actually going to go straight into the bans right now. We can see what adjustments they
Yep,
make.
we're in champs league. So
Yep. So Mountain's going to be having first pick this game. We'll see if they're worried about the Malzahar because they did leave that
yep.
open. And right off the bat, they banned the
Yeah,
Sejuani.
the biggest adjustment I want to see coming out of Team Ocean Drake is I want to see Enraged Ovary on something he's a little more comfortable on. Right, I want to see him on one of the jugglers he could do a little bit flashier plays on.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I mean
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
he's been okay on the Zac, but he's just got so much more potential than what he's showing on it. So I really want to see them put him on something a little more carry heavy. But yeah, we see the Swain ban coming out against Gulen. No surprise there. Lowy ban. Yeah, this has been the same ban so far. So
Which is, I mean, Mount, a lot of times too, you see the team that just won the previous game stick to the same
yep.
bans. If it worked last time, no need to make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if Ocean liked their bans because I mean the game was close, so maybe it was just a play style issue and not the pick and ban.
Yeah, it might have just been a few small calls where like if they called it differently, it would have been a different game. Nope. It looks like they're targeting. Yeah, they're targeting Gulen's and Nivea there. One of his four. You can't ban out all of his champions, so.
Right, right. Yeah, so they found the Anivia to be too much of a catch opportunity. Yep. And again, the Tristana ban. Apparently, Phoenix is known for a good Tristana.
Yeah, and also Tristana's honest, just very strong overall right now. Yeah. So I'm not surprised to see that. It definitely feels like one of the priority picks for almost every team at the moment, in my mind anyway.
We'll see if Ocean will leave the Malzahar out. Nope.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to put Gulen on his Corki here. So
I personally am terrified of Gulen when he's on Corki. He really can do a lot with that.
I'm definitely more.
The Shen adjustment for Trophy.
Yeah, and this is something that got banned out against him last game. It was in the second round of bans, but yeah, this is definitely seems like what he's most comfortable on, out of all the top laners, and he hasn't had as long playing exclusively top lane, so definitely putting him on something that he has the most games in probably seems smart.
Yeah, I mean, and for someone who's not as comfortable too, his Scion really, like, he did admirably with that.
Yeah, he basically did all he could really expect.
They're taking the J4 away from Dainty Top.
Yeah.
We're going to see if that's going to be a top lane J4 or if that's going to Raged Ovary, and that's a little flashier. Maybe he can have those.
I would imagine it's going on a Raged Ovary, because I know he has played that in the past, and this is kind of something more of what I want to see out of him, right? I want to see him on the Jarvan, something he can make a little flashier plays on. And the Corki comes out for Shu GG actually, so they're taking that away from Gulen. Yeah, and they've successfully taken out his entire four big champions that people have to be scared of.
Ocean was really, like you were saying before, is organized. They do their research. They are picking perfectly from them. They made the right bans, and they're stealing the comfort picks. So they're essentially got 5 bans with these first 2 picks.
Yeah. This is really smart, drafting coming out from Team Ocean here. They're
putting Sonic back onto the Varus. I like that.
Yeah, that's fair. He's got the Shen to protect him this time. Yep, and they're picking up the Tom Kench again. Yeah, that was a great bot lane coming out from them last game. So I'm not surprised to see them go back to it.
I like this pick as well. It denies Cobalt to the Tom Kench. He did save a lot of people, and he had that great flash spit that allowed the Malzahar to kill the Scion, which was great. I love that.
Yeah.
So both teams are kind of playing off of each other. We'll see. I've actually never seen Sloppy on the Tom Kench, so we'll see what he can do with it. And it looks like they're going to secure Tarek for the Cobalt. Now we get to phase 2 of bans. We still have no jungler, and we have no mid laner. I wonder if they just ban every single mid laner and try and keep Gulen down.
Yeah, I gotta think that Gulen's running out of champions here. I honestly don't know what. I know he's played Zoe in the past, but Zoe is not good on this patch at all. So I'm not really sure where they're gonna go to now with Gulen.
Ocean did not make a choice within the time. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they did not make a choice in time. They do not get a ban.
It looks like they are not. They already got all Gulen's champs. They don't need to hit anything else. So they're.
That's confidence if I've ever seen it.
Either
no more bans.
Either that or they just didn't ban. That's probably
just
more likely.
Could not decide on when. Yeah, absolutely. You want to use every resource available to you. They banned the Zac. Now I know that Dainty Taco's been playing a lot of Warwick. He's been playing some Rammus as well.
Yep.
So we'll see what he comes up now that he doesn't have.
He might actually break out that Volibear that is quite good on this patch. I'd be interested to see if he goes for that.
I would like to see the Vola, yeah. Oh, they banned the Lucian as well. And we're going to see what Ocean's first pick would be. They still have the top laner up, and they have their ADC. As we go to the countdown, hopefully they make a pick, and they don't have to get a random champ.
All right, there you go.
Cho'Gath.
Yeah. So Cho'Gath coming out for Rat AZ. That's definitely one of the safer things to put him on, which I like. Because he's definitely not one of the stronger players on the team. So putting him on champions, he can have an impact on pretty much all the time is really smart. Oh, it looks like we might have the Fizz coming out from Gulen. Okay, yeah. He definitely plays Orianna. That we had forgotten about that. That's been a comfort.
Fizz is kind of tough into Corki, but if he could have made that work off, that would have been nice. He seems to be more into control mages than into assassins.
Yeah, he's definitely not ever been much of an assassin player. So, and he's so good at having such a big impact on the game on these control mages, without needing to like pick up a bunch of kills on an assassin or something.
Yeah.
Skarner comes out for Dainty Taco.
There's some good synergy right there with the Orianna and Skarner. Skarner rushes in.
The Skarner was actually banned out against Dainty Taco last game. This is something that Ocean Drake respects. I'm interested to see how good he does on it, but yeah. And the Jinx comes out from Cobalt, or Phoenix, sorry.
I like it, trying to find one more hyper carry ADC. He's going to be pretty safe with the Tarek, add some protection. Yep. But yeah, we'll see what comes of this. I wonder. I hope he goes Spellbook on Skarner. I think it's a better keystone than we did see a Predator Skarner one game.
I've seen it. I've seen it's mostly been between those two. There isn't really anything else that has much of an argument. But yeah, I don't know which one he's gonna go, but yeah, I really like the Taric Jarvan combo from Team Ocean, being able to Taric ult and then send the Jarvan right in. I think that'll probably work out well for them. And they have 280 carries.
Yeah, that's one of those. So. They nerfed his armor slightly, which people at first didn't think was going to be a big deal. But honestly, that hurts Jarvan a lot because your role as Jarvan is to go into a cage match with the entire opposite team, and they're going to hit the only person that they can see. Yep. So even though it was a slight nerf, we have seen Jarvan fall off a bit. But with the Taric ulti, that lets him get that invulnerability that he wants and lets everyone else poke on the outside.
It's like he has his old armor back again. Yeah, he just doesn't take any damage now.
Taric is undoing the nerfs that were originally put on him.
That's what he's there for. So not quite how that works,
but be a big wet noodle fight. So we'll see if the junglers pay as much attention top lane as they did last game. because with these two big tanks, it's. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You know the top lane a lot better than I do. I just feel like the kill potential isn't as great with these two
Yeah, so
champions.
so so basically, the top lane. I'm probably not going to be setting the camera up to top lane very much this match. To be honest, I don't think there's going to be much interesting going on there. Neither of these champions is really going to kill the other. But one thing to really note is that Cho'Gath has multiple ways to interrupt Shen's teleport. He's able to
Oh,
interrupt
that's
with his
true.
Q from quite far away. He can interrupt it with his silence as well. Um, so
That's true. That makes the Cho'Gath pick so much
yes,
smarter.
so if the Shen wants to threaten being somewhere else on the map, he's got to really like get far away from the wave and kind of give up some some lane pressure that he would have otherwise. Uh,
That's true. They're actually now the Shen has to plan ahead before he
yep,
ults because he can't like against the Nasus. You know, you could have bot lane screaming they need
yep.
help. You just click R right
Yep, you're good to
away,
go.
and
Or
Nasus
you
might
just
be able
walk
to
in a
beat you
bush
up a little bit.
and you're set. But like if you walk in a bush and Cho'Gath sees Shen trying to teleport somewhere else on the map, he's like, all right, I could probably figure out around where he is, and if I miss, then I just use my other ability and hit him anyway. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there's no worse feeling than wasting a Shen
yep,
ult or seeing the ult. And maybe I do know a worse feeling: being the Varus, seeing the shield come down, and you walk forward because you think Shen's coming,
yeah,
and he never
yeah.
comes. That's a pretty rough feeling.
Yeah, and that's something that you can communicate, but often it's too late. You've already committed. You're like, oh, we got two people here. We could take this guy, and you go in, and then there's no Shen, and yeah. But then also sometimes the shield's all you need, right? And
That's true.
but
That's true. And that's why we see a lot of Shen supports as well. The that's just like the ult is more of a shield, and you use the W to deflect any physical
mhm,
damage. So, like you said, sometimes the shield may just be what they
yeah,
need, but hopefully they're able to communicate that they are not the Shen is not coming.
yeah. So one other thing that I wanna point out here is that Orianna, while a great pick, great control mage, Gulen's fantastic on her. She doesn't have a great ball delivery system on this team. Um, so like the Shen can kind of can taunt in that's basically the best that he got, but a lot of times he wants to use that more defensively. There isn't like for example, if the Jarvan was on the other team here, that'd be a much scarier Orianna.
Yeah, that's a toilet bowl if you can get
Yep.
that swishing in the
Yeah,
cataclysm.
exactly. So I imagine a
Um,
lot of these Orianna ults are going to be more defensive. Um,
yeah, I mean there is potential with the
yep.
Skarner because the Skarner does want to just jump in the middle and ult the
Hmm.
carry.
Yeah, and Gullit can actually
So
speed up the Skarner too, which is
perhaps,
kind of nice. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
And with Spellbook, you do see a lot of Skarner switch out to
yep.
Ghost as the game
Yeah,
goes on.
and it does look like Danger Taco is going with the spellbook this game. We were
I
talking
think
about that
that's the
earlier.
right
Yeah.
choice. Yep, I like that choice. Um, is that? Oh, their Jarvan is going for aftershock. So it looks like Enraged Over is going to go for a more tankier
Yeah.
build
How
on Jarvan.
I know that when you play Jarvan, you generally take electrocute. How do you feel about the aftershock on him?
Yeah. So I actually prefer Dark Harvest on Jarvan. The Electrocute was a
Okay.
mistake. I just didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to
All
tilt
right.
anything.
Well, you
But
convinced me. So.
yeah. So it kind of changes the game style. So when you go with
Yep.
aftershock,
Yep.
shock,
Aftershock.
excuse me, you're not going for the 1v1s or the invades as
Hmm.
much. You're going for the team fight, and you can have the confidence to cataclysm and not die instantly because you have the resolve
Yeah.
tree. So we're gonna see him going a much tankier build. Definitely be going Cinder
Yep.
Hulk. But I'm gonna hold on that because it looks like they're both teams are trying to go for an invade. And they're actually going to just barely pass
Yep.
each other. I do like Ocean's route here, going down to the Tribe Rush.
Yeah.
They may
And
see
and so
try and time
so
out the Skarner, trying to take the
something interesting
dragon.
here
Um,
that I've okay. I wasn't sure if they were gonna wait there for Team Ocean to try to take that little Skarner pad because that
oh,
would have been a
actually,
disaster.
Ocean, a mountain's going up for the Skarner pad up
Yep.
there. Um,
Yeah.
this is they are swap
Yep.
sides, and neither team knows exactly what to do
Yeah.
with this.
And
Sloppy
this is a
Dave's just
4v5
walking
because
down.
Cho'Gath's already back up top lane, but it's gonna be tough. Nope. It looks like they're just taking all the Skarner pads. All right. Yeah. So Yeah, some free gold coming out from Team Mountain. They got a sizable gold lead here early in the game.
That's very sizable.
Yeah. So
And then this Dainty Taco just penguin dabs with his gold
yep.
lead.
Yeah, it looks like they take the top one back. So one thing that I meant to ask earlier about the aftershock is, do you find that taking aftershock affects your clear speed at all on Jarvan? Because
So
it forces you into a resolve tree.
what did he take secondary? I can't see on my client right now, because it depends. If he went precision secondary with the aftershock, it shouldn't be too tough. He did actually smite the wolf though, so he doesn't have too much confidence in his clear speed, and that's going to make the taking the red buff for the Jarvan a lot harder.
Yep.
So you're going to probably see, if he builds it correctly with aftershock, you're going to see a Cinder Hulk instead of a Warriors come out of the Jarvan,
Okay.
and he's not going to have that.
Yeah, and the Jarvan's taking the red buff right now, and you can see he's actually going pretty low. So.
The target.
Yep. Sorry, had some technical difficulties there. Lost the Discord, but we're back.
No worries. I was able to wrap it on
Yeah.
anyway.
All right. So yeah, there's definitely some
Jarvan
trading going on in
teams
the
go.
mid lane. So they're both getting pretty low there.
Yep, and Golan's gonna actually be careful because, oh, actually, no, it looks like the minion count is even. And Rage Over, he's looking for a gank in mid lane. He's sitting in the bush. He's walking forward.
Yep.
Looks like he's
Yeah,
not
he's gonna have a
be
hard
able to
time
get
getting anything out of
it.
that. Gulen is definitely playing that smart. Yeah, just stay on the far side of the lane from where the Jarvan's hanging out. So hard to really get anything out of that.
Yeah. And just to continue my rant earlier, what you want to do with Jarvan is you walk up from behind, you melee, and your shield slows them, and then you wait for them to blow the flash. Only then do you EQ with your Flagstaff.
Yep.
A lot of times you'll see junglers come in with the Jarvan. Oh, actually,
Yep.
good trade by Gulen. Shu-Ji got
Yeah.
really
There's
low
actually
in mid.
a little bit of action going on in the top lane. I know I was talking some smack about it earlier, but yeah, they're both going a little low. I mean, they'll be able to sustain it back up, but
It looks like Ratty Z came out ahead of that too.
yeah. Looks like Shu is going to teleport back to
Both
lane.
pots down. And it looks like Shu actually TP'd back to lane. And Gulen's going to have to back. He has no mana left. So even though he's in the same HP, he's not going to be able to do any damage, basically.
Yeah, and the Shen is
We do see Dainty Taco is a level up on the Jarvan.
yeah, the Jarvan is coming in the
Rage
bot,
Over, he's
but
going
he's
to go down.
spotted by a ward. Yeah, and it looks like the first dragon in this game is going to be Infernal, so that'll probably change how
Yeah,
it's
that's-
prioritized by these teams, as opposed to the last game where it was a Ocean Drake. And yeah, it looks like Drofig is definitely getting pushed out of lane in the top lane, so he's sending some help pings.
He's actually pretty low there.
Yeah, he's definitely getting.
Oh, nice
Yeah,
cue.
he's getting poked down by this Cho'Gath, and he's definitely at the point because he doesn't have nearly as much sustain as the Cho'Gath does. He has like a little bit where he can heal every now and then. He's got a Doran's shield to help a little bit, but yeah, no, he's definitely not going to be able to get back up to full anytime soon because he's out of potions and everything. So he's probably going to be missing some CS up here. Oh, gets the taunt underneath the turret.
Oh, good
Yeah.
taunt. And just to even it out a little bit. Oh, no, he still goes pretty low. Ratty Z's really making him... he's forcing him to back
Yeah,
right
I'm
away.
pretty sure Ratty Z has
Ratty Z's
no
gonna make
no
him
problem
muscle
with
away.
those attrition type trades now. But yeah,
Gulen actually has a level up on Shu-Ji right now. I think if he... I don't know if he has the mana to, but he could potentially one-shot him. Never mind, Shu-Ji does get level 6.
yeah. Yeah, it's like Enraged Over, he's been kind of hanging around the bot side a little more. But yeah, oh, and the first blood, it looks like the Cho'Gath tried to dive the Shen in the top lane. Got a little bit overconfident with his lead and blew it just a little bit.
And then the probably taunted him
Yep.
underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
And the lane we said we were gonna have to
Yep.
watch gets the
Yep.
first
No,
blood.
I was I was afraid that was going to be a boring lane, but it looks like it's been the most exciting one so far. So I was wrong there.
You never know in the Rekt League. All preconceptions have to be thrown out the
Yep.
window.
Yeah, you expect everybody to play around the mid lane, and there's kills in the bot lane, kills in the top lane, and yeah.
So that's it. First gold goes to Cho'Gath. Are you from? Oh, it looks like actually Shen's TPing right in the middle of it. He wants some revenge. He taunts. The fight's good taunt past the silence.
Yep. Oh
Good
yeah,
trade.
he manages to
the
dodge all
Q
the skill
misses
shots
from
of the
Cho'Gath.
Cho'Gath. So yeah, that was a great trade coming out from Drofig, and yeah, you could definitely see that he's a little bit more comfortable in this Shen than he was in the Scion, which I think is a good champ to put him on, and team will definitely be able to play around him a little better later. But yeah,
Top lane matchup is definitely the one to watch right
yeah.
now. Oh, meanwhile, bot lane, we have a little bit of trading, not too much. Actually, the farm's pretty even.
Yeah, getting a couple auto attacks out on
Tom
the
Kench
out on the Taric.
trying to get an E
Tom Kench ain't done.
on the Taric.
Varus is going back to farm. Tom Kench is like, no man, we gotta keep going. There's still blood over
There's
here.
that the different playstyles we were speaking earlier. You know, Sonic's all about getting that second or third item, and Dingus, he just wants those kills. He's the hungriest support I've ever played with.
And it looks like we have multiple members of Team Mountain here walking down towards the bot lane, and they're thinking about the dragon. Team Ocean does not have any vision in the area.
That's sort of the tough thing with Skarner, though, right? Because you need that pad to take the dragon, but it also announces to everyone that, hey, we may take a dragon, and here's Shu GG's coming down to check in response to him taking the pad. And now he's just going to take the pad back.
And he's probably pretty bewildered that they're not doing dragon right now. But yeah, they're not going to be able to get much of an attempt out of Team Ocean because the Scuttle Crab has been taken. It looks like everybody's just going to walk back to their lanes.
There you go, blue buff going to Shu GG.
It's good effort, just kind of seeing if there was anything there, and there was not. So everybody's just going to disperse.
Yeah, not too aggressive. Both teams are playing pretty smart so far. You have to imagine as soon as there's a kill in mid lane or in bot lane, they're going straight to Inferno. It's way more important than a tower right now.
Yeah, and the Shen's going to be able to help force a lot of that as well, because he can really be at the bot lane fast when they need him, and he can definitely turn a lot of those trades, which would then be able to convert into an Infernal, which is a lot more valuable than it would be otherwise.
Oh, it looks like they're planning a gank in the river.
Rage
over, he sees Sonic MMA, he's holding on to the EQ, which is nice. Doesn't overcommit. There's just a little bit of tagging.
Yeah, that was definitely a case where they didn't have vision on the Skarner, and that would have been bad if the Skarner was right there if he had went in a little harder. So
smart, good patience. Yeah. And again, it's a game of just getting the Skarner tags. That's why that whole rotation happened.
Yeah, they're not going for dragon. They're just trying to take the Skarner objectives. That's 15 gold.
So the Tara gets the Skarner objective, and now and Dingus had to move up, make sure it's not. Meanwhile, Raddy's trying to get some deep wards in top lane, into the jungle, and we do see the Cho'Gath kind of getting a farm differential on the Shen.
Yeah, the Shen's definitely keeping up in gold just because he got the kill earlier on. But yeah, this is definitely going a little bit in the Cho'Gath's favor, and a lot of that is just the Cho'Gath is able to just farm a little better. But yeah, the Shen does teleport into bot lane.
There's a TP bot lane right now. Yep. Oh, unable to catch anyone. Sloppy's still a little overextended. And then we have Jarvan fighting Gullion in the river. Gullion's got 2 levels on Enraged Ovary. I don't think that's a fight that he's going to want to take. However, Gullion is pretty low. Dainty Taco sitting on a pink ward, so he'd know he's safe.
And both these teams want this dragon here. But all the members are up for both teams, so it's going to be tough for either of them to really take it. And neither top laner has any way to get down here. Although the Cho'Gath teleport is coming up
That's
very
right. Both
soon.
TPs
I don't
down.
know how well Team Mountain has been timing that, but the Cho'Gath will be able to be here pretty soon if this drags out a little longer.
Oh, it looks like they activated the dragon, but then they decided to walk off.
Yeah, looks like they're just trying to fight for more vision around the dragon.
Man,
Yeah, both teams are definitely prioritizing this
just take a
dragon
peek at
highly.
which is the right call.
Yep.
Oh, we see a 4-man invade mid. Corki does have package. Perhaps they thought they could make a play off of that. I did take a peek on top lane and just to see Ratty Z landing another knock up. He's been pretty on point with those.
Yeah, but again, we're definitely getting to the point in the top lane where both of them are getting pretty tanky, and neither of them is building damage unless you count Cinderhulk. But yeah, so it was a little exciting earlier on,
I mean,
but now my prediction might start to come true a little bit. I don't think landing a taunt in the Cho'Gath is going to kill him anymore.
I think this game's just gonna keep turning into a dance in the river. Again, you see them all coming down on it. They know that's what's important. We see bot lane and the jungler for Ocean moving in to secure the pink ward. It's just gonna be a game of vision right now.
Yeah, and both teams are playing it pretty well. There've been a lot of words placed in this area, a lot of words killed, but they're trying to get the catch on the Sloppy Dingus.
Oh, Tom might get caught out here. And no, the patience again, the self restraint. Because like you said, they don't know where Skarner is, and his ultimate can put you way deep into the enemy lines and just makes you pay for just a slight overextension.
Wow!
Oh wow, the aggression right there.
Wow, and that was that.
I'm at a loss for words. What great reactions by both players. So that was a great engage by Enraged Ovary. I guess they had a war. They just knew they were backing against the Cataclysm.
Yep.
Immediately, Gullion hits the Orianna ultimate to stop the Corgi from attacking, blows heal, and then Sloppy Dingus eats the Orianna and flashes out of the Catalyst, which saves Orianna her own flash. That great communication in nanoseconds kept everyone alive.
Yeah, that was well played by both. I didn't realize Jarvan had vision there. And I'm not sure if Team Mountain did either, but yeah, no, those reaction times were just incredible.
Everyone played their part again. Milliseconds. These two teams are so exciting to watch. I love this.
Yeah, this has definitely been a very very even series, and yeah, both teams again playing really well.
Again,
and neither of these teams look like teams without wins.
Starters, but I see both these teams getting a lot more wins in the future. They just have that synergy.
Yeah, and again, in all that, the dragon does not go down. So that's still there. Both teams have been posturing for that for probably about like 5 or 10 minutes now, and yeah, it's still there. So I imagine we're gonna see more of the same up there.
I think your mic's cutting out, Adoma.
What's up?
Voice. I don't know if that's my end or if that's for everyone else.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're completely cutting out for me. Sound a little bit robotic. You may want to leave the chat and join it again. Gonna be right back.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. You're back.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulties.
But I think what you were saying, how the dragon still wasn't taken down after all that, right?
Yeah, and so they're still gonna be trying to force stuff around that, which they've been doing all game. So.
And by the way, your prediction was correct on top lane. Now they unloaded their entire kit on each other. They're still both full health.
Yeah, that's basically how this is gonna go from now on. But yeah, no, it looks like the Cho'Gath is actually getting a little bit of a CS lead in the top lane. He built an Abyssal Mask, his first item.
Oh, good stun by the Taric. Sloppy Dingus is a little out. He doesn't have enough time to get those the Gray Shield up, and Shoot GG was able to just blow him right up. We'll see if this is going to start the dragon for Ocean.
Yeah, this is definitely the moment that they've been looking for. But yeah, it looks like they decide that they're not strong enough to really fight the dragon and all of Team Mountain. That's
true. I mean, they do have the TP up for the Cho'Gath, so he can match the Shed, but They're just going to go with the safer choice instead. Just take that gold, push in the lanes, and back
Yeah.
grabs.
Yeah, and I mean, like, a kill's still a kill. You know, it's. Oh yeah, and it looks like.
Oh, Varus ult, but then the Tark ult comes down. Will it go down in time to save? No, it does not. The Jinx goes
There's
down.
two
There's a
teleports
TP coming
in.
from top lane. It looks like Cho'Gath is going to try and save the Tarek. Jarvan comes flying in. He's got his eyes on the Varus, but the Shen's going to ult the Varus to try and save him. Corki delivers the package, blows up the Varus, and I'm running out of breath here because now Sloppy Thing is coming from behind.
He gets to eat off on the Jarvan. Tarek's going to go down. And yeah, it looks like, oh, 3-man taunt by the Shen. Yeah, and the Skarner's going to go down,
so
gets
low,
knocked up by the
Skarner
Cho'Gath.
drops.
Yeah, and it looks like that was, I mean, people.
And the Jinx ult to top it off.
People are respawning now. I don't even know what that trade was. Can't just look at the death timers.
And now they're moving to Inferno.
Yeah. Yeah, and all right. Yeah.
It looks down.
Yeah, so.
Ori doesn't have ult, so she may not be able to stop this.
Yeah, looks like Infernal's going to go down for for Team Ocean there. Yeah.
That was wow, and ShuGG's not done. He even Valkyrie's forward. He wanted that kill.
Man, that was a crazy fight.
A 5v5 fight to finally kill the dragon.
Yep. Yeah. No, everybody had been kind of posturing around that, like beating around that a little bit, and then and then what happened? It really happened. Yeah, that was a big fight.
Everything was blown. That was crazy. Everyone jumping in, it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ocean comes out on top, and they get the Infernal Drake for it.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of small stuff that happened in there that I'm not going to be able to remember all of it. But the Shen got a pretty good taunt on 3 members of Team Ocean near the end, and it actually almost saved them the fight. But looks like
yeah, I think it was a great taunt, but unfortunately, I think everyone was just too low at that point to re-engage. Yeah. I did notice at one point, when Sloppy Dingus had his gray shield up, Orianna put the ball on him as they were all fighting and ulted.
Oh, it looks like the Jarvan's going in.
Oh, he might get caught out again.
But yeah, the Tahm Kench flash out of that one.
Blow flash.
Looks like we won't be getting any Tahm Kench flash plays for a couple minutes here.
So I'm not I guess I didn't read the patch notes as closely as I did, but what is that new icon that I see a lot of tanks? They have that green almost shield like.
Oh yeah, yes, that is bone something. Basically what that one does is it looks like we got the Cho'Gath taking an extended trade under the Shen's turret and not really taking much damage out of it. So yeah, we got a little bit of a team fight going here though.
Yep. Oh, good taunt by the Shen. He got that at the last pixel there. The Cho'Gath's getting a little low. Skarner's still chasing in. Shen's whacking away. Ori's getting picked at the bottom.
Corki gets pulled.
Skarner ults the ShuGG to backline. Oh, Ori ult hits Enraged Ovary. The Cho'Gath is still really low.
Cho'Gath goes down.
And with the shield onto the Shen, Cho'Gath drops down. Enraged Ovary's trying to walk out. He's getting pretty low.
Trying to salvage what they can.
Safety, but Dainty Taco's not done. He's charging in. And Gullion is out of mana. They are not going to be able to continue the pursuit.
Yeah. It looks like we got a second to take a breather here.
Yeah, so boner plating. I'm so that just exploded.
It's bone something. But basically what it does is that it has around a 45-second cooldown, and it says when you take damage from an enemy champion, it's going to get procced, and the next 3 sources of damage you take are going to deal somewhere between are going to be reduced by between 20 and 50, based on level. And so basically what that does is that in kind of more extended trades where when it procs you're gonna not take a lot of damage near the beginning, which is great against champions like Riven, where there's just a lot of stuff coming out and she doesn't have a way to proc it like early on. And it's also great in team fights, obviously, because you can kind of prevent some of the initial onslaught coming out. It's a very strong rune. And you basically lose out on Demolish by taking it, which is why we're seeing a little bit less Demolish in this game than we have previously.
So it's going to be more for the tanks and less for the split pushers.
Yeah. It's definitely in the resolve tree. I've taken it on Yorick before, but you miss out a little bit by losing the Demolish, which is kind of a bummer. But on everybody else, it's been pretty fantastic. Yeah, looks like the Tom Kench is getting caught out, but the Shen ults in. A lot of CC coming out on the Jarvan. Jarvan is in. Jarvan ults in. Corki packaged hits everybody. Looks like the Jarvan might be going down.
Corki package actually gets
Yeah.
Gets the Tom Catch out, and the Jarvan
Gulen
does
makes
drop,
it out
but we also
alive.
have
The Shen
Skarner
is not, though. Yeah, and the Shen goes down. Yeah, Gulen. Yeah, Gulen makes it out. All right. That was a 2-for-1 in favor of Team Mountain. But
2-for-1.
Gulen is going to make it out. It looks like he might not. Oh, good stopwatch coming out. But yeah, he has nowhere to run. Flash coming out from Corki.
Look at Ratty Z taking the tower for his buddy Shu
Yeah.
GG.
That's
And yeah, sorry Twitch chat. I guess I'm lagging behind the action a little bit, or maybe my play calling is just very slow. Who knows? But I think I might be a second or two behind the broadcast. But you know what? These fights are just so epic that my brain can't even comprehend it. So there's a lag on my mental.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm having a hard
connection.
time keeping up too. So like, I don't blame you on that one. There's just so much going on in all these fights. They're really just, you know, well done by everybody.
Oh, can I fast forward on my spectate? They're saying. Oh, I am. Good call,
Twitch chat coming in.
All right,
coming
I should
in clutch.
hopefully be up on speed now.
That's what they're there for.
Look at that. That's why we love Twitch chat. All right, so now that I'm at the proper speed of everyone else, we do see a TP coming from Corki down to bot lane. They're in a sandwich of pain right now. We see Varus drop to the Jinx, and just Ratty Z eats up Sloppy Dingus. Team Ocean starting to take a lead in this game.
Yeah, that was a great catch by them. They're going to be able to convert this into a dragon and maybe more.
And you know it means something extra special when you get your own dragon.
Yeah.
Team Ocean for Team Ocean.
I always get a couple warm fuzzies whenever I take Scuttle Crab, so. And the flash comes out from Rage Over. He catches
big
Gulen.
ult by Rage Over into Ori. She toilet bowls, but they're able to just eat her alive. And again, the kill goes to Ratty Z. We see this Cho'Gath getting very large now.
Yeah, and this is some very decisive play coming out from Team Ocean. They're definitely pushing the objective with this. They're taking the tower as well. So yeah, they took that kill earlier. They took a dragon out of it. They got an extra kill out of it, and they got the mid turret. So that's some great conversion by them. Some great decision making.
And you know what? In all the action, I didn't even realize First Blood turret went to the Varus.
Yeah, no, I missed that too. Yeah.
There's so much going on. I can't even imagine what their comms are like. They're trying to make sense of it all, and we have the advantage of seeing both sides. So now we see that it looks like there's going to be a bit of a collapse onto the top lane here. I don't know if you want to collapse
I think
a Cho'Gath unless they're just going first. The tower.
I think they're gonna have a hard time killing the Cho'Gath here, but I think they're just gonna go straight for the tower. But Cho'Gath's getting some help, so I think they might have to back off.
Wow, and in bot lane, Shen lands a taunt. Orianna puts the ball on him, gets a great ultimate, and the Jinx almost died. But the Taric ult comes out, and Cobalt is able to save the.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to re-engage in
Meanwhile,
the
top lane, there's a big lane. Varus ults the J4. They're chaining the ult. Now the Corki is rooted. He can't move forward for the kill. Sloppy Dingus is getting a little low, and they're both going to back off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they both teams knew that the three people up there were the only three people coming, so they went for it.
Looks like Jarvan's still going deep into this jungle, maybe just getting some vision. Goyan's trying to push the lane a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the Jarvan might be caught here.
Oh, are they looking at Baron?
He sneaks out of there, takes a little bit of damage in the process.
That EQ flag is so clutch. I can't tell you how many times I've overextended just to have that save my life.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to catch him in there. So, got a big trade coming out in the mid lane. Looks like they're both going to end up at about half health. The Shen is trying to defend this bot lane turret.
Jinx looks like he's going to get bot tower. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been defending this for a
Bot
little
turret's
bit. He's been doing
getting
a pretty
real
good
low.
job, but I don't know how much longer he can hold out without help. So it looks like the Skarner's coming in to kind of provide some backup.
Yeah, they always call for rotates to bring the bot lane, the tank to fight this ADC and support.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine how tough that. I'm sure you have experience with that. What's it like to go down there?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely one of those things that you kind of, yeah, it's tough to take them on in a fight unless you're like really ahead. So you kind of gotta just clear waves, you know, take the poke you're gonna take and see how long you can hold that turret for. So you're not gonna be able to hold it forever. But yeah, it looks like we have Corki coming in on the Skarner.
Yeah, it looks like they're just
A
going to
little bit
try
of
and
poke
bully
off.
for this bot lane.
Oh,
Here.
and that's big damage going on the
Orianna is
Skarner.
going in.
Big Orianna coming out.
Nice. Hitting the Ori ult after the taunt. I like that move, but now his ult's down. Oh, wow. He actually had to blow Flash and Tark ult just because the damage over time was going.
Take down the turret.
Go ahead.
Hit the turret.
Cataclysm
Oh, he
on the
hits the
Orianna.
turret.
They're trying to pick her off. Corki gets the kill. He needed one hit, but they wanted that Ori blood so bad.
Yeah, it looks like top turret's going to go down.
Tier 2.
A little bit of return fire there.
Every single attack is answered by the other team. Yeah. Except now, I think they're going to get this bot lane tier 2, and Mountain's not going to be able to respond.
Yeah, and it looks like Ocean's really starting to pull ahead with this lead they got.
Yeah, I think it's so. This is looking pretty dire for Mountain. If this snowball continues, it's a 4K lead right now, and right now, Ocean has control of the map. See, the Jinx is starting to come online with her items too. She's 2 items. She's got a little gold finally in her pocket. It's unfortunate she's playing support Jinx with 6 assists and not 6 kills. But
Yeah.
so you get that damage. That's sometimes how it goes.
Yeah. It looks like all the kills have been going on to the Corki this game. So that's also not a bad person to put them on. So.
No, that's a 6-0 Corki. He has really started to get large. And that's another turret down. We see the gold lead separate a little bit more. Now we need Mountain, I think. What do you, if you're on Team Mountain, what would you suggest, Doma?
So
I'll
get back to that
Corki
one.
goes in with the package.
Yeah.
And actually blows 2 ults for that. The Shen ult is down now, and the Orianna ult is down. So that little drive-by was actually really well played.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like everybody's gonna make it out just fine there. But yeah, I feel like as Team Mountain here, you really need to they have a good way to kind of pick fights on their terms, right? They can kind of force fights when they need to, and so I think kind of putting Shen in a side lane, trying to get a little. You're not really gonna be able to take many turrets like that because the Cho'Gath can answer it really well, but you know, if you can catch it where the Cho'Gath isn't there, they don't have their front line, and maybe try to get a pull with the Skarner on maybe the Jinx, you might be able to get something. Or just rotate to the Baron like this. See Team Ocean taking...
This is an aggressive call, but it's a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they know that Team Ocean is taking Dragon, and they say, all right, that's fine. We'll take the Baron. That's a good trade.
This is those big play calls, trusting each other, trusting the call. That can get them right back into the game. That's a great move by Team Mountain. And they do have the waves pushing in their favor. Now we have Team Ocean responding by trying to get mid lane pushed in deep. Jinx answering the bot lane big wave push. We're going to see if Mountain can actually convert this to a couple towers. Wow, and Rage Overreach just flashes forward. There's a Tark ult on him as he cataclysms. That's that synergy we were talking about earlier, but then they have to blow a couple flashes to get out. That's 2 big ults down now for Team Ocean. That might have been a little bit of a...
Yeah, it was a good effort, but there's no kills coming out. And you're really going to have a hard time sieging that turret when Team Mountain has the Baron buff. So, like, I mean, not going for a play like that, you're not going to get anything, right?
Yeah.
So
I think if they needed the Jinx there for that, they pulled it off right. The mechanics were there. The damage wasn't, like you were saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
with Jinx in hand,
if they don't try to make a play like that, they're not going to get anything done. Like, they're just going to sit outside that turret, clearing out Baron minions, and that's going to be it. So I can understand why they went for that play. It's just kind of a bummer it didn't really work out for them.
They seem to be looking at a 5v5. Cho'Gath is top, but I think what you were saying earlier, I think Shen needs to go to a side lane here. He has the Baron recall. His ult is up right now. They shouldn't be all sitting together. We should see a little bit of a split with that Baron.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the few times Shen's going to have where he can actually be in a side lane and split push effectively, but it looks like they're trying to get a catch.
Wow, the ult goes onto the Taric, but he stuns them immediately. Jinx kills the Varus. Big Orianna ult that switched everyone in, but Corki just blows up the Skarnus. Sloppy Dingus is the wrong side of the river, and he goes down to the Cho'Gath. Power play denied. It looks like after that Baron secured, Team Ocean is going to take a turret.
That was well fought by Team Ocean, but yeah, definitely because of the Baron, they're not going to be able to take as much as they would otherwise. But yeah, looks like got a big Jarvan ult coming out. Catches the Orianna, but she flashes out. And the Shen
trying to
Shen does not go down.
And
he makes it out.
A lot. He actually got out of that.
But yeah,
That's
this
incredible.
is definitely going to be an inhibitor gone.
I like the idea. I like the getting that pick ready, but I think that Taric ult really was the game turner in that fight, because he threw that stun out, and both people in the bush could not react to the great Varus ultimate, which rooted him. That allowed the rest of the team to come in and collapse, and Jinx to kill the Varus.
Yeah, no, that was well played. And one thing I want to point out here is, if you were to go back and watch the last game and compare Enraged Ovaries initiates on his Zac versus on his Jarvan, like it's night and day. I'm really impressed with him on this Jarvan. I think he looks a lot more comfortable on it. This is definitely more his play style, and I really want to see more of this coming out of him later in the season, because he's not afraid to go in. You know.
Yeah, he's having that confidence. He's and he's building.
Oh my God!
Oh, hold on, there's a big Valkyrie by Gorky, and he just explodes the Varus.
That was he packages right onto the Varus and blows him up in like 2 hits. Yeah.
I think there's a bug. The Sonic just disappeared from my game. I didn't see where he went. Did you see?
He died. Is what I saw. But
oh, it was the Corky. That's what it was.
yeah, he is very dead. I'm interested to see what they're going to try to convert this to. It looks like they're trying to move everybody towards bot lane because they have super minions pushing in the mid lane. Yeah, that's a good pick coming out from ShuGG.
And to what you were saying earlier about Enraged Ovary being on the Jarvan, I agree. And he's building to supplement that gameplay style. He has gone straight tank on this Jarvan, which may be why he's not killing anyone when he gets him in the Cataclysm. But he's able to go in for those dives without fear.
Yeah, it looks like killing people is not his job. He's just got to catch people, and then the Cho'Gath's going to throw down a Rupture on his ult. And, and then the rest of the team's going to fall up because they have the damage coming from the rest of the team, right?
Yeah, he's playing the right role, and it lets him be as aggressive and that playmaker style that he really enjoys. We do see top lane pushing out in favor for Mountain, so they're probably just trying to stall out the bot lane.
Someone's gonna have to answer that mid, though, is the problem, because they're still super minions in that lane. And they got the Zizrat to help a little bit in this lane, but yeah. Let's see if they can get a little bit of damage on that turret.
I do like that ZZ rock call to put behind the tower just to stop the push.
Yeah, it's also just a nice item on Shen because it kind of helps accentuate his split push a little bit, and you can kind of leave it there when you ult to somebody else so that keeps pushing. And he's already building so much health that the bonus damage that the Zizrat minions get, it actually works out pretty well. Oh, and this Tom Kench might go down here.
Ocean's gonna try and get this.
Oh, this is good.
Quick flash out lets him escape, but that Shen's still out of position. And well, they get a flash for free, so that's not bad at all.
Yeah, if Sloppy Dingus had slightly worse reaction times there, that would have been a dead Tom Kench, and that would have easily converted to an Elder Drake.
Yeah, that was a great reaction, just instant flash. You're right.
Because they had no vision on that, so the Cho'Gath's going to take a lot of damage. You got the percent health coming in for the Varus.
Cho'Gath was TPing to stop the Shen, but the Shen may get an inhib here, as slowly as Shens do. Meanwhile, Elder Drake is being taken by Ocean. There's some poking around in the jungle. Corky's trying to zone them off. Oriana pulls it in,
Yep.
and Cho'Gath just eats
Yeah.
the
And now
Elder.
they just gotta
So
try to stop these backs while Shen takes this inhibitor. Looks like he's going for the minions. Got to go for the inhibitor.
yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a
Yeah.
good back. Really,
The ZZ Rat's really
there's
helping him
another
with this
TP.
though.
This is gonna be worth it.
He's probably gonna get it.
I think it's worth to stay even
Yeah,
if he dies.
I definitely think so because this is kind of like what they got to do to get back in the game. They got to get a little bit of map pressure. Um,
Yeah, I like that call.
because
At least you have one
yeah,
lane pushing.
now that inhibitor's down, if Team Ocean isn't in top lane, they're not going to be able to pull off like a very prolonged siege like they just did. They're going to have to send somebody back eventually. And it looks like they're going for Baron though.
Oh, they're actually going to use the Elder buff to try and take the Baron
and,
now.
And Team Ocean
which
is
will
out,
help answer
or Team
this.
Mountain is out of position for this. They're gonna have a hard time
That
responding.
thing's melting fast. I think this is secured, even with the the Skarner in there.
Team Ocean has been
There's nothing
ruling
else to do.
the objectives this game.
Yeah, great turnaround. You're seeing the play calling and the cohesiveness really show with Team Ocean. This is not an easy game. And after the game one, you would think, most people like to call it after game one and say, all right, well, Mountain's has Ocean's number. This isn't gonna be a big deal. Ocean said, no, we are not going to lose another game.
Yeah, and this would actually be our first split series of the season if Ocean manages to pull this one out. So that would be exciting.
Rightfully so, too. We've been talking all game how evenly matched they are. So if they go split, totally understandable. That Cho'Gath is getting pretty large. Like, not even power-wise, just a physically large champion. He's just a big guy.
I'm going to start zooming out pretty soon.
They are trying to get some vision control into Mountain's jungle side. Be pushing the lanes with the Baron. And we see Shen actually walking top lane. I wonder if he's trying to push in these super minions a little harder. Oh, he just drops the ZZ Rot and goes ahead and back. I like that call. Wow, meanwhile, Corky goes ahead and Valkyrie's in. He just is deleting the Skarner, who disappeared under all that. Shen comes in. I think that was a TP. Jarvan goes ahead, EQ. Might have overextended a little bit. No, he's looking okay. Sloppy Thing is taking a lot of damage. Shen drops to the Jinx. Sloppy drops to...
Sloppy's dead.
Sloppy drops to the Corky, and then the inhib goes down. They're looking to close out right now. Oh, big chunk taking off the Varus. Let's see if Goyen can do anything to save the game.
It looks like this is going to be our first split series of the season. Ocean is taking down the Nexus. And yeah, there you go. Team Ocean takes it down.
What a game. What a series. Yeah. Fantastic. I don't even know who to call in for interviews. I mean, everyone played incredibly.
Yeah. No, I was very impressed with pretty much everybody there. Do you have any suggestions or?
I would like to hear. You know what? We should bring in Enraged Ovary to discuss the difference between the jungle picks, and we should bring in Sonic because of his great Varus in game one.
Yeah. I definitely like bringing in Sonic. So yeah, I'll do that.
We'll go ahead and get them in now. And wow, what a series! Both teams were very evenly matched, and not only matched in skill but in cohesion. They were able to rotate properly. They were making the calls. They were chaining their ultimates correctly. It was quite the match. First split series in the game. Right now, Adoma's going to look to get some people in to interview, and we'll be able to see what they said. Sorry, Jmu, we didn't get Phoenix, but he keeps up the play that he had in game 2. You know he's going to get interviewed. Oh.
Hello, Sonic.
Hey there.
Yeah, so we just wanted to talk to you about that first game, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you really put in a very impressive performance in that Varus.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I had been spamming it a bit, so I wasn't sure if they were going to target ban it, but it seems like it was an
Yeah,
unknown, so I was
it
able to
was
get
definitely
it out.
unknown coming from us. We had not expected that coming out just because we haven't played it in the league before. Um, yeah, no, but you really played. You really made some plays on it. Got ahead early. That's that's definitely something that we were excited to see. But yeah,
Yeah, we do. I'll admit I have some problems farming early game, or at least the laning phase.
Yeah, so is that something that you've been working with Sloppy Dingus? Because your play style normally is get out of lane and then you can carry. But especially in game one, you guys seemed way more aggressive in the bot lane, and you could just see it with the gold lead that you were getting.
Yeah, I was just confident with the timing of the abilities from Tarek and being able to just sidestep, and like I'd see the stun coming up. I knew if I just attacked him or a minion, I'd have enough boost speed to sidestep it. So just really harassing that whenever it was down, going in hard, and just was feeling good.
I noticed too the Tristana ban, even though you guys had pick one, you were able to show up a lot with Tristana as well. Why didn't you guys go what led to the decision to ban her instead of securing her?
Well, I had been wanting to bust out the Vars for these sets of matches, so it just felt like if we weren't going to pick her, we were going to ban her.
Yeah. And bust out you did. That was very impressive, especially in game one.
Thank you.
So Doma, do you have any other questions?
no. I just want to say that was a fantastic game played from you guys. Yeah. So thanks for talking to
Thanks.
us.
We're gonna keep
Yeah.
it coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome game. That was very exciting to watch. We loved it.
Thanks.
All right. So with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and get set up for our third game of the night,
Uh,
right?
I think we were also going to talk to Shu GG, coming from
Oh, my bad.
yeah, we would have talked to Enraged over, but he's getting set up for the next stream. So
Yeah, it's Shu GG. Amazing game two on Corky, 12-0. And he also played Malzahar in the first game and went toe to toe with Golan. So that'll be a very
yeah,
interesting move.
yeah. All right,
Interview.
I'm bringing him in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So yeah, we just want to talk to you about that second game.
That second game went a lot better than they usually go, so I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah. No, I think that was a really strong showing coming out from Team Ocean. I think you guys looked very decisive. You guys really controlled the objectives. You just really controlled the pace of the game. And yeah, it was very very impressive coming from all of you.
I think the more games we get, the better off we're going to be, because as of right now, that's like our seventh game, all of us having played together. Because of all of our schedules, they conflict, and it's really hard to get games together. So that was finally the game that like
Yeah.
felt right.
Yeah, and it definitely looked
Yeah,
right too.
We
So
could almost see the
Corky does that. I like
Yep.
that champion.
Yeah, and that's definitely a champion that
Actually,
Doolin
you
has
know,
also played a lot. So yeah, I really liked you guys taking
That was
off.
something we were aware of going in, and we were hoping that the ban phase would go a little differently than it did, so that we could not have to play against something like Anivia, which was not something I was aware that he played, so it kind of complicated things in the way that we went about team
Yep.
fights. But it played right into us perfectly at the second game, so that was kind of the ideal circumstance for us.
Yep.
So I know it was a long game, but if you could remember back to the struggle and the conflict over the Infernal Dragon, what were comms like? Did you guys decide from beginning that that was going to be the first objective?
We knew that we wanted that Infernal Dragon the whole time, but we also knew that we're not going to win that fight without our power spikes. So we were just skirting around fights the whole time. We never wanted to fully engage on it. And we were just waiting for the Corky Trinity Force and like that Jinx first item, and to get like a good push in the top lane. So if we didn't get the Infernal Dragon, we could still get the tower. So we were like kind of waiting for a whole like collage of things to line up, and it finally happened, and we got that big fight, and it just felt really easy from there.
Yeah, you guys seem to be playing with a lot of intelligence in both games, which was such a pleasure to watch.
Definitely, it's a lot better than it was our first few games, because now everyone is contributing to shot calling, versus at first it was mostly just one or two people, which kind of created a little bit of a struggle.
Definitely excited to see more out of Ocean because you guys are just getting better every single game.
Yeah, I'm hyped for more games. That was really fun, and I don't know. Any game I get to play Corki is a good game. So
Yeah, I'll be sure to write that one down.
Yeah, right.
it's okay. I got a whole plethora of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us, and yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the big win. So yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, cool. And with that, I think we're going to end the stream, pass it off to the third game of the night because we're running a little late. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. Thank you guys. My name's Endo. That was Adoma. Get ready for game 3.
And watch out for scuttle crabs, because we control the river, and the world is our river. So, good night, folks.